Okay, how's it, guys? Welcome to our little chat. Colin and I had got together early on today, and we're discussing some of the perspective that GS Partners has offered us. And we just thought that we're going to cut a little video for you guys to share with you what we think is happening at the moment in the market, what happened in the meeting yesterday, as far as the Joseph Hype's chat with us was all about. And of course, what we think about the future of the company moving forward now to the DAO1. So, Carla, do you want to just tell us your thoughts, and then I'll come in at the end and just give you some more perspective on the mining contracts, etc.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Martin. And guys, very grateful that we can do this recording for you. I've got a couple of points that I want to bring across, especially to a lot of people who didn't start right in the beginning when we did. So some of the information seems to be a little bit out of perspective, and people are sort of worried about the company. So I want to give a bit of a history. GS Partners started in 2020. Okay, so anything in the digital space, such as blockchain and crypto, most companies haven't lasted 2 to 3 years. This company has been around now for almost 5 years. And I got involved early 2023. And in November 2023, they had a live event in Cape Town where myself and Martin and a couple of you who are on this call as well attended that event. And at that event, they started to explain what they wanted to achieve with this company, bringing in real estate, bringing in fintech products that are going to be highly profitable for them to share that with the community. They spoke to us about launching the Pertin blockchain and having all of their companies run on one blockchain. They also spoke about some very profitable property deals that they were busy with. And shortly after that event in December 2023, they actually launched a special known as the Fast Forward voucher. Now, GS Partners was offering an 18-month investment contract, a 24-month investment contract, and a 36-month investment contract. With 25,000 Rand, where some of you got involved in, that would have paid out around 75,000 Rand in a normal 18-month contract. Okay, it was around about 3x. With the Fast Forward voucher, it actually gave 100% bonus on top of that. And that's why myself and Martin got onto calls with some of you and told you that you could get involved with 25,000 Rand and it would then pay you out about 150,000, which is still applicable, and that has happened. But that would not have happened had they not had this Fast Forward special and the doubling up of the package. So that's vitally important to understand. Okay. In February, suddenly a cease and desist hit the company, and that actually stopped the company almost the end of February, beginning of March 2024. And they entered into a legal battle where the SEC was busy having a look at allegations against the company. We won that case. It is vital to understand that that case was represented by some of the top attorneys in the world. They represent billionaires such as Elon Musk, and we won the court case with no penalties. The CEO did not have to resign, and we did not have to close down the company. If this was any other company that had SEC investigation, the cost of fighting that is enormous, and many companies would have just shut down, and we actually would have lost our investment. We are very grateful that they fought the battle. We won it. To give a bit of perspective, Binance US had to close down their US office. The SEC found allegations of money laundering. There was a $4 billion fine that was implemented, and CZ, who was the CEO, had to resign as CEO and could no longer be the CEO of his own company. Ripple, another cryptocurrency company, has been fighting a legal battle with the SEC for almost 8 years. We won the case within 9 months, which is in record time. So then they started pushing to launch DAO1, which is a platform that is now live, so that their investors and their members could have a platform to generate some earnings. And they pushed forward the development of the Perton blockchain, which they had spoken of in November 2023. And that is also live. And what I want to touch on is that in 2015 to 2018, myself and Martin, and even some of you, were involved in Bitcoin mining, and we were receiving returns of up to 30%, 40% per month. And at the moment, on the Perton blockchain and the mining contracts that we're going to discuss with you, that is very possible to see those same returns. And one thing that I want to encourage you about the DAO1 platform is that the Perton blockchain has taken 4 of the top blockchains: Bitcoin, which has a proof of work strategy to it, and a halving process of 4 years. They've included that as part of their blockchain. Ethereum, which is known as their smart contracts, that has been included into the Perton blockchain, so we can do smart contracts. The Solana blockchain, which is known for fast transactional speed, and also many companies are developing on that. It allows them to build quicker and to be able to develop gaming and many other applications on it, as well as the Avalanche blockchain, which is known for its security. Many financial companies have developed on that. So the Perton blockchain incorporates all of these, giving us the very best of some of the top 4 blockchains that have existed. And the mining opportunity is just unbelievable. So when we say that the updates that they had on the call yesterday might be a little bit disappointing news to some of us, because they now have to wait for the 90-day process to be finalized, that being the 22nd of May. So the company will only start moving our certificates over to the blockchain probably in June. And then we'll probably only get access to our funds in the month of June. Now, although that might sound frustrating and irritating, because we were promised the fast forward payout in September, it sort of aligns with their 18-month contract in any case. So even if we joined the company and we had to wait 18 months, we would have been paid around about that time. So Martin, maybe you want to come on and just explain some of the mining process and just share with the people on the call how profitable this opportunity is, and how, if they don't have cash flow now for the next 3 months or 4 months, what can they actually do to actually earn some passive income and actually have a very good 2 to 3 months of earnings while we wait for our payouts.
Yeah, thanks, Carla. I'm just going to share my screen. So let me see if that gets up. Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay. And I actually just want to share this little screen as well. So we'll just move this across. Sorry, I'm busy playing it now. There we go. So, guys, I think as a matter of fact, yesterday, this calculator was put onto our back office. Okay. If you're not too sure where the calculator is, let me just go here. You go to apps over there, and you'll see there's a drop-down box. You click on calculator, and let me just do that quickly, and this will then open up. So what's interesting about this calculator is that it's actually linked to the blockchain. All right. So let me just open it. Sorry, it's just busy thinking at the moment. There it is. Okay. So what happens is this calculator is now linked to the blockchain in the sense that every single time there's a transaction, this calculator takes it into consideration. Every time there's a price movement of the Perton coin, it takes it into consideration. Every time there's a new contract or a new miner that has come on board, it takes it into consideration. Every time there is a new user that gets added to the blockchain, this takes it into consideration. Okay. So this calculation, or this contract calculator rather, is a real-time calculator. But just bear in mind that it is an estimate. So, if this is about, say, 100% accurate right now. It might vary slightly in 6 months to a year from now. So just bear that in mind, okay? I just want to run through some of the packages that you can get. You can see at the top of the page, which includes the $50 Lunar package. There you can see the solar package for $500, the Nebula for $2,000, the Nova for $5,000, and the Galactic for $10,000. Now, every one of these packages comes with its own very unique feature in the sense that the amount of coins that you receive is very particular to this package. For argument's sake, you would think that if you, for argument's sake, go to Nova package, which produces 33,000 Apertum coins, and you'd say, okay, this is a year contract, because a lot of people have been speaking about these contracts being a year. It's actually not the case, because a blockchain doesn't have a timeline on it. Okay, what in fact you're getting is you're getting 31 million. You can see at the bottom, 31,557,000 blocks of mining. Bearing in mind that one block contains 8.4 Apertum coins. Okay, so when you mine on this specific package, you're not mining for a year. You're mining until these blocks have been completed. And that is interesting, because if the blockchain is working at optimal, it will be 12 months. Okay. However, we've only started last month. Blockchain is certainly not running at optimal. And therefore, you might find that this mining contract on this specific one, or any one of these for that matter, might take an extra month. It might take 13 or 14 months. The bottom line is you're still going to get in the region of 33,000 coins on this package. Now, I want to show you that you'd think that if you spend $5,000 on the package and you're getting 33,000 coins, that if you go to the Galactic, which is now double this, that you should get double the coins, right? Well, look at this. In fact, it's 3.5 times more, okay? As a matter of fact, you can take it with every single one of these packages. If you go to the Nebula, which is $2,000, if you just take 3 nebulas, which you can't do, you can only have 2 of a package. But let's say you could do 3 and it cost you $6,000, you would only get 18,000, where if you spend on 5,000 on the Nova package, you're getting 33. So, the higher the package, the better the reward. And that's very, very important to understand. Now, what this calculator also shows you is not only the amount of coins you're going to be getting, but also what is the value of your package currently. And if you projected that the coin is going to go up in value because of the burning structures and all this kind of stuff as well. Just by the way, they've introduced new packages, which I'm going to share with you in a second, of where you can actually buy a package and store your coins in it, almost like staking, and get a reward. So they're taking more and more coins off the blockchain. So it puts an upward pressure on the price, which is really awesome. But if you look at this calculator and you hang your cursor over this white block, now you can see the numbers in this little block is moving as I move my cursor, okay? So if you look at this specific mining contract, which is now, well, let's just go to Nebula, because I've got one of these, okay? So at this price, I'm looking at 6,000 coins. And if you look at this little block over here, the value of these coins right now is 9,557. I spent $2,000. And when all these coins are mined in 12, 13 months, whatever it is, after all the blocks have been mined, it's valued at $9,557. Now, if you look at $2,000 divided as 9,000, 2,000, it's about a 4.5 times your investment. Now, 4.5 times at a current price, if you just hang your cursor above, you can see it'll bring up the price. The price is it's $1.55. Now, let's move this cursor along. And as I move it along up to round about the $2 mark, you can see there, now it's $1.94. Look what happens to the price. It's now almost, whoopsie, it's now almost $12,000. That is 6 times the amount of money that you invested. That's a 6x. Now, when this product launched a few days ago, you can see on the graph, it actually ended at about a $4.05. But look at that. It's $25,000. It's almost, what is $25,000 divided by 2? That's about, what's it, 12, okay? A 12x, okay? Now, guys, there are some of your certificates.
Martin,
yeah.
If I can maybe just jump in there, because a lot of people have phoned me and they keep asking, like, what is the best cryptocurrency to buy at the moment? Because we know we're entering into the crypto bull market, and we know that alt season is upon us. And we've done a lot of crypto investing. And And even if you catch some of the good coins and you get a 3x or a 4x, which is 400% or 500% growth, on these mining packages, you're actually getting a 12,000% return or 1,200% return on this specific allocation that you're showing. So it's actually better to buy the mining contract with the potential of having a major upside. If this price just gets back to where it launched at $4, it might even outperform your Ethereums and your Litecoin and your Bitcoin, even in the bull market within a year. So taking $1,000 and putting it onto something like Litecoin, or taking $2,000 and buying the mining contract, the mining contract is actually much profitable.
Well, there's just one little factor that you haven't factored into that equation that you just mentioned, is that, we're looking here potentially at the Pertum coin being $4. Okay. These guys are saying that this Pertum coin could reach anything from $100 to $1,000 in the next 12 months. Now, I find that rather, exciting to a point, but if it just gets to $10, just to $10, okay, then you're looking at almost a 30x, sometimes even a 40x in some of these products. Okay. And there's very, very few cryptocurrencies out there where you can put that kind of money on. First of all, you've got to identify it out of something like 4,000 different coins. So you've got to go find the coin to put it on. And if you put money on every one of those coins to try and get that like a 40x, well, it's a bit of a gamble. You don't know which one's going to run. So certainly it's much easier to do the mining because your returns are, I wouldn't say guaranteed, but certainly a bit more in your favor. Okay. So yeah, that just basically explains to you how this calculator actually works and why it's so important to actually understand what the return is going to be, if according to obviously the price. Okay. Now I just want to mention this to you. The way this calculator is put together, this 6,156, as more miners come on board, the coins get shared amongst the miners. So this figure will actually go down the more miners come on board. However, the more users come on board and the miners stay equal and the users come on board and more people are using the coin, this number will actually increase. Okay. So, it's very interesting to see how this calculator is actually put together and why this is actually at real time. I don't think you're going to get a hell of a lot more than what you're seeing at the moment. It might be another 50 coins or something, but it's not going to be double this. Okay. So I just want you to be aware of it, because this is working at what they call the optimal level of the blockchain. Okay. Just another lovely feature about this is that if you've got more than one $2,000, now some of us were gifted when we bought one $2,000 Nebula contract, they gave us an additional one. So if I now, for argument's sake, add that to my second mining bot. So now I've got two. Now, bearing in mind, if you look at the return today, it's $19,000, but I still only paid $2,000 for it. So already that's a 10x. Okay. That's at $1.55. What happens when it starts getting up to $2? Look at that 2,000 and that's now what's it, really 12. What happens when it gets to 4? I mean, that is ridiculous. 2,000, that's 25x already. Now, I actually got 4 of these little mines because I bought one. I got one free from the company, and then all the commissions I generated, and just listen to this, from all the commissions I generated by selling these coins, I managed to buy another one, and I was then gifted an additional. So I've actually got 4 of these things. So technically I paid $500 for it. Okay. And if you do this and you just have a look and see what your return on investment now is, okay, well, what's that? 50x or something stupid. It's pathetic. It really is, guys. So there is a lot of money to be made, because I'm making this point because there's a lot of you sitting on the fence at the moment saying, oh, well, GS Partners pays out. I'm only then going to invest the money. Okay. I understand that philosophy. The only problem is you're going to be missing out big time. I'm going to explain to you why. I'm going to move off the calculator and just now go to these packages. Okay. These are the packages that you can purchase. And at the top of this, there's this little line, this little bar. Okay. And what's happening is the 2,000 Nebula package, as you can see here, the one here in the red, is what we purchased. And as these people are selling, as the members at the moment are selling these packages, this little bar is going to move across all the way until it gets to the end. And when it gets to the end, these packages fall away. They are gone. Okay. And now you start looking at these packages over here. Now you'll notice the Nebula package there of $2,000 is now worth $6,000. So now you have to pay 3 times the amount of money to purchase the package, which I got and got a couple of extras for 3 times. Now you say, but why is the company doing this? Okay. Well, the company's thinking is that if this coin does go up to $10 and you're making like a 50 or 100x, then this package is too cheap. Okay. They can sell it for $6,000 and they will, and people will buy it because the kind of money they can make will still be like a 10x on $6,000. Okay. So, I just want you to get your head around that and say to you guys, if you're thinking that you're going to wait till June, end of June, maybe beginning of July when we get our payments, you're going to be paying these higher prices. Okay. And that's if these haven't been sold out. Because, 4 months from now, not only are you missing out on mining for 4 months, you're also paying 3 times the price if it's available. Okay. So you are seriously missing out. I mean, if we're looking at a price of $5 for the coin, and we've been mining for 4 months already at almost, the same speed, or maybe even slightly more, this is a seriously profitable little entity to be into. Okay. Now, that is from the mining perspective. So if you're one of those people that, you just invest it, you want to put your money into this business, you stick it in, you don't do anything else, and that's all you do, you're just accumulating the coin, that's great. Okay. But for those of you who are sitting with a major cash flow problem, now, Colin and I were sitting with major cash flow problems, and we, have to make a decision. How do we get ourselves out of it? Well, obviously, one of the ways is you just build a network, okay? Because if you can offer these packages to people and they can see the value, what I've just shared with you, who wouldn't want one? I mean, if I said to one of my closest friends, I can share a package with you that will maybe give you a 5x on your return, they'll jump at it. I'm not going to go promote this thing and say a 50x because they'll just say, oh, you're crazy, it's unbelievable, it won't work. And, so I'll just tell them, look, if you put in 40,000 Rand for a $2,000 and in basically 12 months, 13 months, whatever it is, you can double or triple it. Is that a good investment in your eyes? Okay. Well, good grief. If he says no, well, find somebody else. No disrespect. Okay.
Yeah, Martin, maybe just show the numbers that we're talking about on that $5,000, because I mean, some people will have 100,000 Rand in the bank earning absolutely nothing in a savings account, and just show some of the returns with that calculator on a $5,000 Nova and what we actually saw, even if the account just gets back to $3 or $4, what that is actually going to return.
Well, there you can see it. The Nova is now there. And after 12 months, if the coin now gets to $3, this is just $3, okay? Your $5,000 has turned into 102. That's a 20x. So if you time that by 20 to a rand, 20 Rand to a dollar, you're looking at basically what's it, 2 million.
2 million.
Yeah.
So even if it's hovers at its current price of about $1.50, 100,000 Rand can turn into $1 million.
That's a 10x.
In 12 months.
Correct.
That's a 10x. So I don't know any other product at the moment. The certificates were phenomenal. They were giving us a 4.5x, and some of the come to Cape Town was giving us a 10x. At the moment, a $5,000 can give you $1 million. That's 100,000 Rand turns into $1 million in 12 months. I have not seen a product that can do that. And, some people are going to say, yes, we want to see it to believe it. That's fine. By June, a lot of us are going to have been paid out 10x and even 20x come to Cape Town certificates through GSP. And then when you are going to want to join and do this, you're probably going to pay $15,000 for the same opportunity that's available now. Then it's not going to be 100,000, it's going to be 300,000 for potentially 2 million or $1 million.
And also
so,
And also just remember, Carla, if you do decide to put money back into certificates, well, you can only start doing that in July. So you've already lost 4 months of mining. Then you've got to leave it in there for probably another 6 to 8 months at least. So you've lost another 8 months of mining, and you're not going to get the same return. So if you're thinking, should I buy a mining certificate, or should I buy buying, waiting for GS partners to pay out and putting my mining into the certificates that you currently have, I think it's a no-brainer to realize that this is a much better option. I really can't see.
Martin, maybe we can just explain as well that the coins that we are earning are paid out, let's say worst case scenario, every 3 to 4 days. So even if we buy a $5,000 contract and you need cash flow by that month, let's say this does remain the way it is at the moment, and this is a 10x. On a 10x, that 5,000 could potentially be paying you an extra 2,500, maybe even $3,000 that you can be cashing out monthly and living off your Apertum coins if you sell them. We're not saying that the $5,000 that you potentially put in can only get paid out in 12 months. You have access to these coins weekly, even daily, if you wanted to convert it into US dollars. So this is a daily cash flow machine that can actually be giving you that extra cash flow that you need to be paying your bills.
Yeah. And something that we haven't mentioned now, besides the return on investment for the mining, if I can call it return on rewards or whatever, is the fact that if you are a network who wants to promote this, there's 20% for you if you promote it. So let's say, for argument's sake, you tell somebody about this $5,000 contract, they sign up, you make $1,000, guys. That's 20,000 Rand. So if you've got a cash flow problem right now, go find somebody who thinks that what we're sharing this evening is a good idea and get them to sign up. And if you need 40K, just sell 2 of the 5,000 to 2 different people, or, go sell 10 Nebulas, 2,000, because that's what I'm going to be doing, because I want to get myself to a position where I don't really want to sell my coins to generate cash flow. I'd rather use a network, give people an opportunity, which they just can't get anywhere right now. I mean, good heavens, if you're getting money from the bank at 8% per annum, that means you're going to take something like, 15 years to double your money. That's double your money. Here we're talking about 5x and 10x just on the current pricing at $1.50. There's just no comparison between putting money in the bank and putting it here. The other thing is you don't have to put, the other thing is you don't have to go and sell your house or bond your house to, get maybe a $500, which is 10,000 Rand, or maybe 40 grand for a $2,000, This is just such an amazing opportunity, and we just felt that we had to make this video because so many people are actually missing out on the opportunity, and because they're sitting on the fence because they're not making a decision thinking that this company's gone somewhere. Guys, if this company was going to go somewhere, they would have done it 2 years ago when they got that cease and desist order. The fact that they've actually come along and put this whole thing together, which they said they were going to do in November 2023 at that meeting that some of you were at anyway, is just absolutely phenomenal. So, yeah, Carlo, I think, if you guys want to know how to get networking commissions and how to do that, we can certainly organize a separate meeting for that, because that's also very, very profitable. But that's not for now. We just wanted to share basically that and share with you that there are opportunities here, what they actually are and how you can take advantage. And I just think, for what we shared tonight, if you don't have a package, you need to get one very quickly, because you might just miss out and be paying 3 times the amount.
Yeah, and guys, I mean, we're talking about the $5,000 because that's where quite a number of people have approached us. But I mean, even at a $500 at 20%, that's still $100 in commission. That's almost 2,000 Rand. So if you're struggling with a cash flow problem and you actually take this opportunity seriously, you can go out and market this, get a few people to invest 10,000, and you're making a 2,000 once off. It's only once off. But that 2,000 Rand can put petrol in the car, buy some groceries, pay some school fees. Where there's a will, there's a way. We can either be negative for the next 3 months to 4 months and wait for this thing to pay our certificates, or we can actually seize the opportunity that is here, and we can actually go out and help a lot of people who are also struggling financially, give them an investment opportunity that is profitable, and sort out some of our cash flow. So we're very, very excited. And Martin and everyone, thank you for making the time for this call. I want to try and keep it nice and short to 30, 40 minutes. So I think we should try and wrap up.
Yeah, well, I've said everything I needed to say, so let's stop the recording. Just give me a second. Okay, so the recording has now been stopped, and, we can